how then can the me die?
It was never there in the first place. So you could say in another way that liberation, or the death of the me, is the end of the idea that there was anything there. It's the end of the idea that there was anything actually happening called me. When suddenly the me collapses, there is a recognition at that point, just at the end of the story of me, there's a recognition at that point that there never was a me, there never was anything to find, there never was anything to be liberated, because all there is already is free. So there's a lot of laughter that can arise about the joke of there being a me.
Is there anything I can do to...
No, because you are me. The me can't do anything because the me is rushing around trying to find something to do. And there isn't anything to do. This is it. Why would there be any need to do anything? This is already complete, so why would there be anything needed to change? The problem for the seeker is the seeker lives in a horizontal, in a story that's going around on a rail in a train and thinks that it could have a better journey. So it's always trying to make everything different. When that energy of trying to make things, or trying to be enlightened, or whatever, or fulfilled, when that collapses, it just is fulfillment. It's only the me that is in the what's next world. What's next? There isn't anything next. When what's next dies, there's nothing left but this.
at the moment, or since yesterday, there's so much energy in the body. I know there's no breathing.
No, there's an apparent body. There can be energy in the body.
And there's this sensing that the body can't cope with this much energy. Is there an adjustment happening?
Yes, most people, go through an awakening. I know I did, and Claire did, and I know we do. We meet a lot of people now who go through an awakening before or even involved in this sort of meeting, and it is it's like an opening into this. It's like a glimpse. And then thereafter, there's really a sort of a dancing energy between me and being, and that can be very chaotic. It can be very cool. Some people, but there's a sort of rhythm in and out because the body is getting used to moving back into freedom. There's nobody that does this. There isn't some wonderful God out there weaning you back into liberation. It just is energetically intelligent. Energy has an intelligence which is not run by anyone and doesn't have any motivation of goodness at all. Liberation has nothing to do with our idea of goodness. But the body, as a tiny child, there is just beingness. There is no sense of identity. Even if the child cries for food, that's just what's happening. And then suddenly there's a break into this separation. Suddenly there's an identity form. And strangely enough, the body is weaned out of beingness, freedom. And a child that's even 2 or 3 years old has a sense of what that was like. And it dwindles away as the child grows into being a person, or believes it does. And then for most people, not all, we have met people who have just jumped, the whole thing's just one jump. But it seems for most people they need to wean back into freedom, or the body, they don't, they never get there. But the body somehow, this is an energetic thing, the body somehow seems to drop its embodied sense of being separate and then it's like a weaning. Do you have a word in German for weaning? This is sort of coming back into. So yes, there can be a lot of energy around this. There's a lot of energy can happen to some people, other people not at all. But there is nothing running that. There isn't any intention. Energy has no intention. So energy doesn't intend for you to become liberated because there is no you to become liberated. Someone apparently not being liberated is the absolute expression of wholeness. So there isn't anything trying to bring about liberation. There's no need. Oh, go on. Yeah, go on.
But the sense is that in a way the body would like to get rid of this much of energy, it's maybe the me who tries to keep it.
Oh God, yeah, the me. In that period, the me will fight for its life.
Yes.
It will. It will try any way it can to. The mind will first of all tell you that what's just happened, like an awakening or an opening to this, is just, forget it, it's just the mind, it's just nonsense, so ignore that. I'll take you to enlightenment, I'm brilliant, I'll get you enlightened. But also, emotionally, the me fights to try. We see so many ways in which me tries to help people try to hold on to their me. It's amazing. Because it's like losing your life, it's like losing control, apparent control. It's all illusory, but you believe you have it. It's like you're going to suddenly become naked, and you are anyway. Or nakedness will happen. happen. Yeah.
Yes.
It's all right, it's on.
Yes.
Well, it was.
Okay. Yes, it is. You just said energy. Energy has an intelligence. I would like, if it's possible, that you say more to that, because it sounds still abstract to me, and I wonder if it's possible to communicate with this intelligence of the energy, or if it's a communion.
It's so wonderful what me does. So now, me, the energy is some sort of thing floating around. You know, that you might be able to contact. You are that energy. There is only that energy. It isn't apart from that. It's not floating up in a pink cloud somewhere waiting for you to give it a phone call or try to be worthy of it. This is where the me is constantly separating everything. So suddenly energy is like presence. You know, there's somebody who talks about being in presence. So presence becomes an object. Energy is all it is. That thing holding that microphone is pure energy. There isn't anything in there that's separate from that. There's just energy. And energy is intelligence. Energy can pretend to be a wall, and it can pretend to be something sitting there in a chair. So obviously there is intelligence.
So there is no communication, there may be communion.
How can you communicate with what is
nothing.
already... Oh, hold on, listen. How can you communicate with everything? How do you do it? Where do you start? Hello everything, are you there? Or have you got a voice now? Yeah. There is only everything. There isn't anything apart that can communicate with it. How can there be? Except in the world of me. Because in the world of me, I am something and there's lots of other somethings. And now Tony Parsons is talking about energy. Energy must be something else I can communicate with. If I write a nice letter, it's bullshit. All there is energy.
Great, thank you.
Does there remain a certain sense of localization?
No, not afterwards. No, there's nothing left. There's nothing that's local. Because everything is only that. Everything is only, well, everything is already simply what is. So there wouldn't be anything. If there was something local to what is, it would have to be a part, to be local to it or near it.
Which is separation.
There's just what is.
Whole individuality is blown away.
Sorry?
The whole individuality is blown
Well, the whole idea of being separate to everything falls away. Because it's ridiculous anyway. So everything that's happening in this room is what is thought. Everything that's happening in this room is the beloved. Everything that's happening in this room is only what is. It's astounding. This message is utterly simple and it's about something completely ordinary. But it's an ordinary that is absolutely stunning when it's met with. Every sound, every feeling in the body, everything that's happening.
Can I ask something, Tony? in that dance, awakening dance, is there like, I don't know, is there a recognition of when you're not there?
Is there
A recognition?
No, there isn't anything to recognise when you're not there.
Right.
Otherwise it would be you recognising you're not there. There are people that talk, there are different movements, and there's a Buddhist meditation where you can work, get to a stage where you think you have no self. But unfortunately it's another self thinking that it has no self. When the individual forms and grows, it often divides into two, the higher self and the lower self. The higher self is a sort of adopted thing that grows and believes in goodness and meditation or being a good person. And the lower self would rather lie in bed and drink gin and smoke pipe. I could never quite escape from the lower self myself. So when things like meditations and so on, then the higher self thinks that it's reached a state of peace or stillness or of there being no one. But it's still on the train running around in a series of different experiences, and those sort of states simply come and go because they're part of a story in time. I forgot what you asked me now.
No, yeah. When you're in the dance, when you think you're in that dance, and then you disappear, whether you know that.
No, when there's no one, it's like for the me, there's a blank, and then me comes back, and then there's another blank, and me comes back. It's like there's no sense of recognising that there's no one.
And one more request. Could you talk about hopelessness, or
well, I can't talk about it. There's just hopelessness.
That's it.
All the time, all the me situation is utterly and completely and wonderfully hopeless, because the me is going round the outside of the wheel, looking for the middle of the wheel in which there is nothing. The me is moving round in a series of events, looking for that which is beyond events.
Yeah, I quite like when you say it to us so straight or so directly that we have no hope to do anything.
No.
Anyway, so.
But in that hopelessness, that's where the gift is. The gift is in the hopelessness. It doesn't matter what the individual does. It can go to the Himalayas or meditate for hours or do whatever it does, forgive its mother, or it doesn't matter what it tries to do. But somehow there's a sense that it's banging its head against a brick wall. And there can be a sudden dropping away and a recognition that all there is this. That's the gift.
So the higher self and the lower self sit in the same boat. The ship, the boat is sailing nowhere.
If the boat is me, yes.
The boat is sailing nowhere.
It's just energy, right?
And there is no captain either. No captain. The ship of fools. no
It just
more.
floats round and round in a circle, going nowhere. It's the divine futility. There are lots of people that are sort of in the same boat, telling you where to get to, how to find, how to... Yeah.
Tony, as you mentioned the I, so yes, I can change things. I felt, yes, I will play this game. I will get a better life. I will do new things. I will. So I really want to believe this. Yeah?
Well, you can, just try harder.
So I missed the joke.
When I was at school, that's what I said on the exam. You know those exam things where you do it, and then the teachers write something down about you, and all they ever wrote about me was he could try harder.
So then it looks for me that there is nothing we can do to understand this.
No,
we can sit here for hours, it doesn't know. We can read books, it doesn't know.
Have you heard me say that there is nothing you can do?
There is nothing that we can done.
Well, there is no you. There is no you. So how could there be anything done?
So why are we here then?
This message is not saying that there's nothing you can do, it's saying that there is no you. Far worse. If it was saying there's nothing you can do, it would be saying there is a you there who can't do anything. It's not saying that. You're not hearing what's being said.
Tony, I don't know why I have to say this, but this collapse is a compression to
to singularity, which isn't.
It's a melting, but this is only a story. There is nothing that happens. There is no such thing as liberation or seeking. We're talking to that which understands the story. So the story is that the contracted energy just melts back into the whole. It's a melting back into.
So it's not like this?
No, it's a bit like that, really. A bit like that. It's a bit like there, like that. It's only apparent that this contracted energy is only an imagined dream, but it feels very real for the individual. I'm definitely here, and that sudden definite here softens and melts and falls away. And there's nothing left but everything.
I mean, it's useless to understand it, but
no, totally.
This point of contraction can also be the opposite of.
Well, yeah, the contraction is that there is just this, and then suddenly there's an awareness. Awareness is the instigator of separation. Although people think awareness is the answer to everything, it's actually the other way around. There's simply everything, and suddenly there seems to be an awareness of an object in the whole. And directly there's an awareness of an object in the whole, usually the mother. Suddenly there's a sense of contraction into an identity here. There's something, I'm something. That's the beginning of separation. That's another story.
Well, isn't as long as it exists, is it not just natural that this changing happens of the?
You could call it natural if you want to, but it turns into an artificial world of separation. It's not natural. It's just what happens. It's not right or wrong. It's everything. It's wholeness. Suddenly appearing to be separate from itself. It's suddenly energy contracts itself into something which seems to be separate from the whole energy. That's all. I wouldn't say it's natural. It's just what happens. Apparently, it's only a story. It's not real. Nothing's real, except for the me. Me thinks everything is real, including its own identity.
So it's never both, it's only this.
It's never
both separation and wholeness.
It only apparently arises and only apparently ends.
So there's nobody there that knows anything.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Huh?
I can't hear what you're saying.
There is nobody there that knows, that can know anything.
No.
Sounds a bit stupid.
It doesn't sound stupid, it is stupid. And it's coffee time. What make is that? Sunny?
See?
Oh yeah.
There's me, there's you.
This is it. So there is a me in the end.
There is a you and a me.